Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this 4-panelled card. I used the Let It Snow Designer Series paper, and the stamp set is called Snowman Season, and both products are part of the Let It Snow suite. I did make a second card, and it was a bit of an experiment because I combined a Designer Series paper and a stamp set that weren't actually connected, and I'm really pleased how it turned out. So the Designer Series paper is from the most wonderful product medley, most wonderful time product medley. That was the Design Series paper, and the stamp set is from Elfie, which has got the hash sign before the word Elfie, and I was really pleased how it turned out, considering they weren't connected with each other. I was pleased. It's good. So the card that I'm going to do for the video, I am using a stamp set that is in a different suite to the Designer Series paper. So I'm going to give you the card pieces that I've been using for this. I'm sure it's going to work. The Designer Series paper is called Toile Tidings. So I'm going to start off giving the card pieces that you need. Real Red Cardstock, which measures 11 inches by 5 3/4 inches, which is 27.9 centimetres by 14.6 centimetres. A piece of Real Red Cardstock, which measures 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches, which is 8.2 by 10.8 centimetres. And then a piece of very Vanilla Cardstock, which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 9.5 by 14. And then a piece of very Vanilla, which measures 3 1/4 inches by 4 7/8 inches, which is 8.2 by 12.4 centimetres. Another piece of very Vanilla, which measures 2 1/2 inches by 4 inches. In fact, that should have been two pieces that measure 3 1/4 by 4 7/8 inches, which is 8.2 by 12.4 centimetres, and then two pieces of very Vanilla, which measure 2 1/2 inches by 4, which is 6.3 by 10.2. I will be putting all the measurements in the box below the video. The 2 1/2 by 4 inches is 6.3 by 10.2 centimetres. And then for the Designer Series paper, I'm using red, and starting off with the scene where it's got the couple with the sleigh with the horses and the carol singers, church, a little girl. That measures 3 5/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, which is 9.2 by 13.7 centimetres. Then the next piece, I'm using the gingham, the squares, and that measures 3 1/8 inches by 4 3/4 inches, which is 7.9 by 12 centimetres. And then I'm using the design with the animals, which is 3 1/8 by 4 3/4 inches, which is 7.9 by 12 centimetres. So those two pieces are the same size. And then the striped design, which is 2 3/8 inches by 3 7/8 inches, which is 6 by 9.8 centimetres. And another piece the same size as that, the one with all the plants on it, the holly and the mistletoe and other plants. This measures 2 3/8 inches by 3 7/8 inches, which is 6.98 centimetres. So it's the same as that little one there. So I'm using all of the red designs. If you wanted to use green, then just use garden green for your cardstock there. So to start off with, I'm going to bring over my trimmer. Now, I have seen several videos on how to make this, but I have changed it around slightly from the point of view that with my first one, which is this one, where I joined the smaller piece onto here, the join is down the front here. So what I've done with mine is I've made that bigger so the join goes at the back. Apart from that, it is the same as the others. Right, so I'm going to start off with my trimmer, and I am going to start off by, and I've forgotten to do the centimetres here. Let's see, can I? Right, I'm going to score at 4 inches, which is 6.3 centimetres. Okay, so that's 4 inches and score. And then I am going to score at 7.5. Let's get that open. I'm afraid I haven't made a note of the, oh I know, I wonder, can I? Right, okay, 19.1 centimetres. Okay, so you're scoring at, let me just put that down here, 17.9. Okay, so we've scored at 4 inches, and we are going to score at 7.5 inches, or 19.1 centimetres. Okay, now if you turn your cardstock so that you have the 4 inches at the bottom, line this side up at 5 5/8 there, and then you need to cut, let's see if I can tell you what these centimetres is there, 1.6. Let's go back to 5/8. Right, now you're going to cut from there down to your second score line. Okay, so you've got 4 inches here. Okay, so I'm going to cut those two. Okay, that's a score line there. So I'm going to just cut that piece off. I've cut mine a little bit further than I should have done, but it's not too bad. So that's that one. And then with the other piece, you need to line that up at 1/2 inch, which is 1.3 centimetres. And score that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold that piece over, and then it's going to be attached onto there. Alright, nice and easy. So that's all we need the trimmer for. And I am going to crease my, which way do I want to go? That's going over that way. Let's do it this way. I'm going to burnish my folds, and I'm going to make sure that I line up really nice and straight there. That's that way. This one's coming back here again. Make sure it's all nice and straight. And fold that over and make sure that's nice and crisp, and then you need to adhere it on there like that. Okay, so I'm going to put Tombow on here, please don't start running out on me. I should have brought one over, in fact that's a bit, that's a bit heavy-handed that, so, oh that's better. So make sure that this lines up to the bottom there. There we go, and make sure that that folds up nice and straight as well. Right, now, when I was planning out which way I was going to do my designer series paper, I decided that I would have a picture, a generic type design, a picture design, a generic design, and then a picture design. Okay, so that's right at the front, that's right at the back. Whichever way you want to do it, it really doesn't matter, it's your choice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue these pieces together. If you are in the States, instead of using your main real red piece to be 11 inches by 5 3/4, you can do yours so that it's 11 inches by 5.5 inches, and that way your finished card will fit into your Stampin' Up regular envelope, because your envelope actually measures 5 3/4 inches. So a card that measures 5 3/4 just isn't going to go in there. But it does mean you'd have to adjust the sizes of your layers. What I've done with mine is, with the very vanilla, I make mine 1/4 of an inch smaller than my actual card base, and then the designer series paper I do 1/8 of an inch smaller. If you don't really feel like changing all your sizes and everything like that, you can always make your own envelope if you've got the envelope punch board. It has been retired, but it's one of those things that I think that lots of us won't actually get rid of. It's just too useful. I've also I have stamped all the images, I've coloured them all, die cut them all, got them onto the layers, but I'm going to do one so that I can show you how I did it. I've used a lot of glitter, the Dazzling Details diamonds on mine, and I just want to show you how I've done it. I love all the sparkle, especially when I'm using like snowmen type things. Right, so this is going to go on the front of my card. If you're doing a designer series paper that has a right way and a wrong way, with the measurement, the smallest measurement is the measurement that goes across the top. Okay, so if it's like, for example, this one here, it's 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, so that's 2 7/8 that way. And this one's the same as that one as well. I don't know if I'm going out of screen there. This has been a great designer series paper. I don't recall Stampin' Up ever actually doing something where the paper's the same design on the opposite side, but just a different colour. Whoops, careful. That's all right. Okay, so I've got like generic design, pattern design, next one's generic. In fact, I can't remember if I've done something to put as a verse on the inside, the sentiment on the inside. Don't think I did. If I haven't, then I will do it before I publish the video. So I know I'll be able to say to you, if you see my blog the day, same date that the video was published, there'll be photographs of what I did to it. There we go. Right, let me just bring down. All right, where I've said that I do a picture design like these three and the generic, I've done it so that it's picture, picture, picture like that. And one thing to watch out for, I made a mistake on this one, is when you put your images in here, don't let it come over the edge there. Okay, this one I was okay, I didn't do it wrong. And for example, this one I moved it down so that it didn't come over the top there. Right, so there's that. These are the images that I'm using. As you can see from, I can see from here, there's so much sparkle there. First of all, the sentiment that's going on the front is Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, which is from Itty Bitty Christmas, which I have used this stamp set so much. It has been absolutely brilliant. So that is going to be going on there like that, and I want to add some kind of gems on there. And then these will be going in like this. But when I put that one in, I'm going to move it so that it's not showing from here. Okay, so the one I'm going to do in front with you is I'm going to do that one because that one and that one have both been stamped and just coloured with the glitter added. This one has had to have extra bits on it, like the body is one stamp and then the arms have to be stamped and then the hat. And what I did with the hat was I used a scrap of the design. I've used green on there to get a bit of colour in here, and I adhered it in top rather than trying to stamp it and getting involved with using a mask. Okay, so the other thing, when I said about the cardstock that you need, I forgot to say that you will need scraps of Very Vanilla to do the sentiments and the images, and also the Real Red to do the backings, and one tiny little bit for the hat as well. Okay, so let's do the snowman first. So there's that I need, that. I don't think I really need to do that one, do I? Because that's really quite basic, quite straightforward, and I will cover what I do there. Right, so I'm using black Memento ink. Oh, I wonder if that's high enough. Let me just have a look. Maybe, but not you. This one. Oh no, that'll be okay. So the arm twig, I just do one there. And one there. And I need the hat. there we go. Which way did I? That hat, I did stripes down. So let's, oh, is that big enough? No, I don't think so. Is that the same width? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let's try it. Oops. No, that's all right. Just about. Okay, leave that to dry for a minute. Now, colouring on here, all I did was I used, what are you called? Dark pumpkin pie. And that's just for his nose. If you want to use the Stampin' Right markers, then you should use Stays On ink for this. The other thing that I did on here was I stamped the, oh, here we go. So let me show you this again so you can see what I've done. Okay, I stamped that as well with the, like he's playing, juggling with the snows. So what I did on that one, I actually ran out of room. I couldn't get 3 of them done. So I'll show you what I did to get myself through. Right, so the first one, it really depends on how you position the snow. Ah, that might. Oh, right, okay, I'm going to be able to get 3 on there. But if you bend that too close and you can't get 3 in, I just took a scrap of paper and say that the end one here was going to go over there. I just covered that one up so that I could get the 3 bits in that I needed. But as it happens, in fact, that is still a bit close, isn't it? Let me show you. Right, so I'm going to close that one off. I'll show a little bit just so that I know. And then I'm going to just there. Okay. There we go. So I've managed just 2 and a bit, and the other ones come on there. So the only other colouring I need to do is I use the light pool party just to draw colouring around to give it like a shadow. It gives it, well, I always feel that it gives it body, but I'm not sure that that's the right expression. But what I did wrong there, I went all down the bottom as well. But it's, if you're going to use glitter, it's better not to. Right, now go around and do the hands as well. Twigs. And this one too. And just fussy cut the hat. Nice and easy to cut out, this is. There we go. Let me just pop that on top there. I did try painting one of these, but the ink seemed to run. So on this one here, it was, I did the first one in red, but as I say, the colour did run. So what I did was I just did another one in green and stuck it on top. And it made me decide not to colour this one. There we go. Now I'm going to die cut this out, and I will die cut this out as well. Let me see what dies I need. Now first of all, this one, I did write it all down here. That's the biggest snowman, so I need number 4. I need the largest one in the stitched shape ovals. And then for the scallop, I need number 7, which is the largest one of that as well. Okay, so let me just bring my Big Shot over. And there we go. So first of all, that one's going to be with that. So just centre that one. That's not big enough. There we go, that one's big enough. Just tip that round to make sure it's straight, and then I could put that one on the back there. And I need them both close together. My Big Shot is tired, should we say, really tired, and it's not cutting properly. So I have to use a shim. But that's not going to work either, is it? It's only one piece. Oh well, never mind. Let's see what happens. Right, let's see if that cuts both of them. Yep, that's good. Yep, that's good. There we go, lovely. So that's all I need my Big Shot for. As I have done so many images, it would take far too long to sit here and do all of these for you. But I do always like to show you at least one. Now, what I'm going to do is this is my Dazzling Diamonds glitter. So what I'm going to do, I've forgotten to bring my silicone mat over. Ouch. Let's see if I can, yeah, we'll use a bit of scrap paper. So what I do is I use one of our retired two-way glue pen, and I know that you can buy pens like this in craft shops online and what have you, and it's great, really works brilliantly. So what I did was I make sure that this is nice and moist. Yep, that's good. And then I put solid glue down here, and then I use the corner. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. In fact, let me do it on here because it's going to be covered anyway. So Oh, can you see? Yes. Okay, so that's what I do with the tip here. I don't press very hard at all because I only want tiny little snowflakes. And I do go over the snow flakes and whatever that he's throwing as part of his juggling. I wish Stampin' Up would bring these back because these two-way glue pens are just absolutely fabulous. Right, so that's all that is needed on there. Tweezers. Here we go. So I'm going to pop that into my box. Okay, so can you see the pile of snow at the bottom there? All along here. And then all the little snowflakes that are coming down. Isn't it lovely? I'm really pleased with this. So that is going to be adhered onto here. That's dried already, so let's put glue on this side, shall we? Oh yes, I know something else I've forgotten to do as well. I have forgotten to colour my snowman using my Wink of Stella. I don't know if you... Wink of Stella is very difficult. Oh yes, you can see that, look. It's very difficult to show in photographs, on screen, all sorts. But yeah, you can see that. It looks really bland without it. So I don't go over the carrot because Wink of Stella does sometimes make colours run. And I certainly don't want that to happen. In fact, I think it's true to say it makes, Wink of Stella makes watercolours, water ink run, because it doesn't seem to be doing it to Memento ink. There we go. Let me see if you can see the Wink of Stella on this one. I don't know. No, you can't. Or at least I don't think you can. Oh, maybe. Yes, you can. There you go. Okay. Right, so just need to put my bits onto my card. As I say, I don't think I bought a... No, I didn't. Don't know quite what to do in here, whether to put a sentiment. The one that I liked for this one was "May your Christmas be merry and full of delight, with a new year that's happy and healthy and bright." So that's rather nice. It wasn't from that stamp set, was it? It wasn't from that one. But I don't remember what stamp set it was. Right, so let's start from the front. We don't want two of those. Here we go. I'm going to put this one on. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. I won't use dimensionals on the inside. Put it a bit higher or a bit lower. I think I'll do it a bit higher rather than just making it. Right, let me make sure that's straight. Yeah, I hope that looks straight. And then in here, this is the one that I'm doing in the first one, and I've done him exactly the same as the other one with a pumpkin pie nose and the blue around here. With the pebbles or little mounds of snow, I did that with the light smoky slate, and then I did the sparkly bit over the top of it. Now this one is not going to show over the edge because it's going onto this side. And this one, again, this one's got some green on it as well. Got to be careful that this is the bit where I forget. Don't put it so high so it comes across above this one, or bring it so far out that it comes across there. And I've got glue on here, so I'm going to have to be careful. I have a adhesive eraser, so once that's dried I can remove it with that. But that's what I didn't want to happen, so that it shows through there. Okay. Now this one again doesn't matter because it's going on that side of it. That's good. Okay. So, let me put some, what rhinestones shall I put on here? Shall I use regular rhinestones? I do have some red ones here, but I don't think it's quite the same red, is it? No, definitely not. Or I've got pearls. I think pearls would be quite nice, won't they? Yes, I'm going to use pearls. I like the creamy sort of colour. Oh crikey, that's stuck firm. That's it. There we go. So that's today's project. I hope you like it, and as always I really hope you give it a try. If you have any questions or any comments to make, please leave them in the box below the video. To access the box you need to be watching the video on YouTube, and depending on which device you're watching on, if you're watching on a laptop, then you'll find on the left hand side underneath a little bit of writing you'll see show more. So if you click on that, that'll open up the box. Or if you're on something like mobile phone, there'll be a down arrow on the right hand side, so if you click that it'll open up. So that's where you can leave any comments or any questions, because I'm always happy to help. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here, They'll all be listed in the box below, and there'll also be a link to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. I'll also put in the box below all the measurements in inches and in metric as well. And if you would like to have daily inspiration, please visit my blog, because I normally do a new card every day, and my blog is on www.janbcards.com. And if you would like to be notified each time I upload a new video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button down there in the bottom right hand corner, and then click on the bell. That way you'll get a notification as soon as I've uploaded a video. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.